Water is quite literally a free human right, flowing from taps for fractions of a penny. Yet walk into any grocery store and we happily hand over anywhere from $2 to $56 for a single bottle of it. This rubric breaks down exactly what you're paying for at each price point. It comes down to three strict metrics: where the water actually comes from, the packaging materials holding it, and a number called TDS, or Total Dissolved Solids. TDS measures the amount of minerals, like calcium and magnesium, dissolved in the water, which is what gives it its distinct flavor. Let's start at the $2 baseline with Dasani. Look closely at the label and you'll find the word purified. That's industry code for its actual source: municipal city tap water. Because cities often pull their water from surface lakes and rivers, companies like Coca-Cola run it through an intense industrial-scale gauntlet. It goes through reverse osmosis to strip out metals and UV light to kill bacteria. The end result is a chemically processed liquid, so flat and devoid of character that they have to artificially inject minerals back into it just to make it taste like water again. Looking at this spectrum, the ideal zone for good-tasting water sits between 50 and 500 on the TDS scale. Dasani clocks in way down at 35. That extremely low mineral profile is actually why you might get a dry mouth feeling after drinking it. The water is literally pulling moisture from your own saliva to balance out the lack of minerals. Then there's the bottle itself. Flimsy, cheap plastic cuts production costs, but independent studies show it comes with a steep trade-off. As the bottle and cap break down, they shed tiny microplastic particles directly into the liquid you're drinking. So at that $2 entry point, you're buying heavily processed, chemically stripped tap water served in a plastic leaching bottle. To find a product genuinely created by nature, we have to start climbing the price ladder. Staying at that same $2 price point, Liquid Death offers a stark contrast. Instead of a city pipe, this water flows from a natural, underground artesian aquifer, trapped between layers of wilderness rock. As rainwater seeps downward through the soil, the earth itself acts as a massive natural filtration system, clearing out large particles and sediment completely on its own before it ever reaches the can. Because it naturally picks up geology along that journey, it hits a much healthier TDS of 113. Plus, it's packaged in aluminum cans, which offer a vastly better environmental footprint than standard plastic. Moving slightly up the ladder to $2.50 brings us to Fiji water. This is sourced from an ancient artesian aquifer hidden away on an island in the South Pacific. Here, the water filters down through layers of volcanic rock. That specific geology imparts rich silicon minerals into the liquid, bumping the TDS up to 220 and creating a distinctly silky, heavy mouthfeel that sets it apart from typical spring water. But half the wholesale cost of that bottle has nothing to do with the liquid inside. Their iconic square bottles were explicitly chosen because they pack tighter in crates, maximizing space when shipping this water halfway across the globe. At this middle tier, the slight markup makes mathematical sense. The extra 50 cents buys actual geological mineral profiles from specific environments, while directly subsidizing the massive physical logistics of intercontinental transport. Jumping all the way to $25 a bottle, we hit Berg. This water is harvested from 15,000-year-old icebergs off the coast of Newfoundland, Canada. There is a highly dangerous, grueling 6-week window each summer where crews head out into the ocean to literally lasso these massive chunks of ice and crane them onto ships. This chart illustrates the sheer scarcity of the operation. While a standard corporate brand might pump 136 million liters of spring water annually, Berg's license strictly caps them at just 1 million liters a year. Because this ancient compressed snow never touched land to pick up soil or pollutants, its mineral content is almost completely non-existent. It sits at a phenomenally low TDS of 10, creating a remarkably pure and flat-tasting profile. That $25 price tag also funds thick, custom glass packaging, which nearly eliminates the tens of thousands of microplastic particles found in cheaper tiers. While $25 is undeniably steep for hydration, it is backed by verifiable variables, paying for extreme physical risk, absolute environmental scarcity, and a high-quality plastic-free vessel. We finally reach the absolute peak of the ladder with Bling H2O at $56 a bottle. We've left the majestic wilderness behind and enter the purely vanity-driven culture of Hollywood. Strip away the marketing, and the truth is surprisingly mundane. The liquid inside is entirely average spring water from the English Mountain in Tennessee. You can buy that exact same water from other regional brands on a delivery app for about $3. This pie chart reveals exactly where your money goes for a bottle of bling. $3.30 covers the actual water. The remaining $52.70 pays for Swarovski crystals, frosted glass, and the illusion of wealth. This gives us a clear playbook as consumers. We want to avoid heavily chemically stripped municipal tap water, but we should also absolutely refuse to fund bedazzled vanity projects that offer zero hydration benefits. The true sweet spot lies right in the middle. The best value for your body and wallet is finding water naturally filtered by ancient geology, like volcanic rock or deep aquifers, paired with sustainable, low-plastic packaging.